Okay, so that's the first habit was the 10-second rule, right? Live by that. Commit to it. Just try to throw as many deals as you can into the system. Don't worry, doesn't if you throw a deal in that you don't think you want to close, that's fine. You can there's an option in there to suspend or snooze or kill it forever, so you never have to look at it again. But at least you've got the data, and you can celebrate killing a bad deal. So just all the deals you want to throw in there, you've got that done. Now that's the first habit, and that gives you control. You'll see exactly what you're going to be working on. So that's the first habit. Second habit is what I call next actions. And what that means is, okay, you're throwing everything in there. You've got your pipeline. It's all visible to you now. You can see what you're working on. You want to work on next actions. So, in fact, let me just get right into Amped here. Okay, so when you log in, this is what you're going to see. And what you're working out of is your active. All of your deals are either going to be active, bound, or snooze. Active means they're deals you want to be working on today. You want to keep this clean. Now, none of this is real here. This is just my sandbox that I used to demo. But you can see here in this particular setup, I've got everything sorted by me over here, and I can see that I've got 12. This is the different stages of the pipeline. So new are ones that I have yet to contact. Contacted are those that if there were deals in here, it would be ones I've contacted and done a pre-qualification or talked to them, but I have yet to gather all of the information. The third one is, okay, I've gathered all the information, I need to come up with a proposal. Some people call it quote, I like to call it proposal. It's a proposal you're going to make. So, okay, here, the fourth stage is, okay, the proposal's ready to go, it's ready to present, you just need to present it. And the fifth is you've presented it. And from there, you're either going to not do the deal, which is you'll snooze it for a later date, like maybe 6 or 12 months later, or you're going to bind it, right? So there you go. And any part throughout it, if you decide, if the decision maker doesn't want to move forward or you don't want to move forward, you're able to pull it out of this active list. So on a daily basis, what you want to do is come in, you want to click on this active, make sure it's filtered by you, and you're going to see this. And you can prioritize by premium. You can prioritize just by clicking on these headings, and you can prioritize. What you'll see here is on the very far left, this indicates whether you have a next action or not. So here's what you want to do. You want to prioritize this. You want to start at the top. You're going to click on it. You're going to say, okay, I need to move this one forward. What's the next action? Now, ideally, the last time you took a next action, you took it as far as you could go, and then you put an action in here to do, and snoozed it to that date. In this particular case, I don't have anything. So that's not good. I should be moving things ahead. What I've found over the years working with agents is a lot of times they'll just churn, and I've been there myself as an agent. We churn deals. We'll look at this and say, oh, either we have some vague idea in our mind, like, oh, I should, I really should, I don't know if I should call them or visit them or something, but it's not really moving forward. Let me come back to that, right? And we procrastinate, we put it off. And then before you know it, and then after 3 or 4 days, it's like, well, now I'm embarrassed to call her because it looks like I'm a loser because I haven't done anything with this. So the second habit after the 10-second rule is you got to get into a mindset in the morning. When you open this up, you're getting rid of all other distractions, and you're looking at you're here in your active deals list. So these are the ones you've got to move these forward. If you're not moving them forward, they're dying. So say, okay, I've got to move this forward. I'm going to click on it. What do I do? And what I would recommend is, this is not the place to be perfect. There's other times to whatever I guess what I'm saying is your brain will try to trick you and try to give you all these reasons not to take actions, right? It wants to keep you comfortable. That's its job. Comfortable has kept you alive, and uncomfortable might kill you, is sort of what your brain thinks. And so you've got to just ignore your brain coming up with reasons you should procrastinate. And some of you are thinking, well, no, sometimes there's good reasons and this and that. I'm telling you, sometimes there are. I would give yourself permission one time if you need to when you first start doing this. Okay, fine. If you're not going to do it now, you say, you know what, she'd be annoyed if I called her this morning, I'm going to call her this afternoon, whatever it is. do a plan. You can come in here and add an action, do a plan, but then you've already, the thing is done. When it comes up and you need to take that next action, you just need to execute. So that's what you're going to do every day. You're going to open it up, you're going to look at everything you need to do, and you're going to go through and take as many next actions as you can to really move the ball forward. And you know, this could be a whole, we could do a whole long hour course on this, but just really quickly, avoid procrastination and lean into live action. I find that if you send an email or you do text or do these kinds of things, it feels good. It feels like you're accomplishing something, right? You're pushing it off. Now it's on them. You're going to play it like it's a game of tennis. No, don't do that. Try to lean into live action. Pick up the phone, talk to them. Do what it takes to close it now or to get it as far as you can, as quick as you can. This passive, there's time for text, there's time for that kind of stuff, but I find that in the sales process, when you're really trying to close deals, I would have a bias. Doesn't mean you can't use that stuff, but don't hide from the phone. Don't hide from what I call live action, just getting out there and making stuff happen. So anyway, that's what this is. This is your deals list. Oh, so you know, when you click on these, you can you know, as you click on each one, it'll open up that particular deal. And yeah, and here you go. Now, if you find that, okay, they say, well, let's talk next Friday. Don't be afraid to just, you know, hit add. You could just hit add action, put in Friday's date, and then you could snooze it for that date. We're in the middle of, and maybe this is done by the time you get into this. This will have been done. We're making it so that you can add an action and just snooze it from in here. Right now they're separate, so you got to add an action and then come down here and snooze it to the date that you want to do that action. And what that'll do is remove it from the deals list. You want to keep this clean. You're doing something wrong if tomorrow you wake up and you look at all these lists and half of them are stuff that you don't really want to think about now. You want to think about next week or some other date. So keep this list clean. Either you're working on it and moving it forward, or it's snoozed for a later date, or it's bound. If it's active, you should be taking next actions, and if you're not, if you're procrastinating or letting it churn, that's a problem. You want to keep moving them ahead. So that's the second habit. Get in the habit of hardcore. I'm going to work off this list. I'm going to go through all of them the best I can from highest priority to lowest, and I'm not going to let myself procrastinate. I'm going to do something, move it forward, make it happen.